Hello, everyone. Welcome back. And today we are here, Murph and I, discussing the Yankees-Orioles series in the Bronx. Yankees looking to finally right the wrong. And we have Severino on the bump, just we want. Some teams may have him as their ace. We got him as a number two. I think we have two aces on our team once Garrett Cole is fully functional. Hell of a game by Sevy besides that last inning. All right, Murph?
Yeah, dude had a no-hitter, even had like a perfect game until the sixth inning where he kind of just loses the zone. He loses his command. He didn't have the same kind of sharpness that he did, as you could see going into that inning. Like literally through 5 innings of shutout, no-hit baseball. Couldn't ask for more for your number two guy. I was getting I was like, "Ooh, we might be working. Maybe no, watch." And then unfortunately, the sixth inning rolls around and he gives up three. One home run to 2-run shot off of Santander, and a couple RBIs here and there. Unfortunately, I think his final stat line: 6 innings, 3 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 2 walks, 5 Ks. Not too bad, not ideal considering how good he was looking up until then. But hey, we take those from him, number two guy. And at this point, this game was kind of a blowout. Mm-hmm. Until old boy Licky got his hands on the game.
Old boy Licky and Loizaga. I'm very glad that we scored the runs that we did because get it out now. You had the lead. Screw up now. It's fine. Personally, it's fine. Just don't do it the next time you're out. Get it out. Get all that out now. Chapman did good though, besides his 2 walks, so I'll take that. Clay Holmes did good too. So
Clay Holmes has been dominant this year, continuing on from last year, showing everyone it wasn't a fluke.
Can we talk about the Yankee offense? I know it's the Orioles, but the Yankee offense led by Mr. the Paisan Rizzo. Can we talk about him for a second?
Rizzo doing his thing out there, He's getting 3 home runs, 2 of them wall scrapers, but we take those. Shout out short porch. But dude was on one, man. The ball looked like a beach ball to him. He goes 3 for 4, 4 runs, 6 RBIs, 1 walk. Couldn't ask for more. The dude showed up. He said, "This is my Yankee Stadium. That is my short porch. Mm-hmm. I'm here to stay, and I'm here to make my mark." First 3 home run game of his career. Mm-hmm. And again, 2 walls, 1 literal wall scraper.
Okay, like people are coming out saying like they're just wall scrapers. That's an out at any other stadium. The wall's there for Mullins. The wall's there for anyone on that team. The wall is there for every team that comes into our ballpark and plays. So it's fair game. Like it's not only there for the Yankees. And the Yankees don't just hit them out at Yankee Stadium. We hit them out everywhere. Yeah. So
listen, dude, we finally get lefties, and now people want to complain that we're using our lefties are using the short porch. Like we haven't had lefties in years. Everyone can hit there. Judge is like the guy who hits over there. Like, he hits there too much. I'd say he barely ever pulls a home run. He always hits oppas. So
he pulled a homer this game, though.
Yeah, he did one. He did the last game of the series. He did pull one, or was it this game too? I think he
pulled this game and the last
game. Last game. Yeah, so huge stuff. I mean, the big boppers were out there doing their thing, and Mr. Joey Gallo,
the Paisan King.
Board. The Paisan showed up. The Italian Stallions doing their thing, getting out there, putting home runs on the board. You love to see it from Gallo. He still punches out once this game, but hey, you take it. It was only once, and it was better than the last 2 games where he punched out, I think, a combined 6 times.
Yeah, I don't care.
We won't talk about it. We're going to focus on the home run. Huge stuff from him. He finally gets a hold of one. It was pretty much dead center, right? It was left center, right center?
It was left center, I think.
Left center? Yeah, left center. Yeah.
Between
a little bit of oppo, yeah.
Yeah, between the bullpen and the center field wall. Mm-hmm. That was a nuke. They gave him the silent treatment after. That was pretty funny. Yeah. And he's like taking off his glove and his face like he's holding back his face because he knows the camera's on him. And I don't want any more Yankee fans making fun of him. So
yeah, dude, stop making fun of Joey Gallo, man. He's got enough on his plate as it is. Let the man live. Let the man be happy. He does his thing, gets the home run finally.
And Torres, RBI triple, 3 bags, 3 RBIs. Love to see that.
Yeah.
I really love to see it. Kind for left, another hit, stays hot.
I mean, the boys were out, man. Everyone but Higgy gets a hit, which seems to be the trend.
I'm starting to feel bad for him, man.
Yeah, it feels like the trend. It feels like whoever's at catcher is not getting a hit. That's rough.
That may be the way that it is.
I mean, unfortunately, when you trade away Gary Sanchez, not saying Gary Sanchez was necessarily any better, but right now we've left a black hole at the catching position. In terms of offense, defensively, I cannot really complain.
Yeah.
The boys have been solid. They've called great games. But yeah, just offensively, it is a black hole at the catching position right now.
It's funny because all the Yankees that we did trade or let walk are now injured.
Yeah, that's tough. That's a tough look. It kind of makes you think. Thank God.
Clint's got appendicitis. Gary's got an abdominal strain, and Voit, I think, has a bicep strain, or it may be Gary and it may be vice versa. But I just find it very funny that they continue their struggles. So it may not just be the Yankees. It may be the players that we had were the ones getting hurt, not the Yankees causing them to get hurt. Because we rested players more than anyone in the league.
Oh yeah, to a fault, man. Like we literally, like the Yankees would punt. Like it's stereotypical. Like everyone knows, third game of the series, if the Yankees had won games 1 and 2, they're punting game 3, and they kind of did that this series as well. They punted it ish on game 3, but but it worked out. They worked out.
Thank God.
Yeah, but game 1 was pretty much dominant, 12-8 final score. I mean, not the prettiest of performances from our pen, but hey, I'd rather get those out against teams like the Orioles, where I'm pretty we had a comfortable lead. Mm-hmm. The offense is clearly on point. Get your struggles out early. I'd rather see you do it now than down the road in September, right? When we need you to be locked down.
Get them all out in April, May, and get locked in for the summer, because the dog days of summer is when the Yankees are either known to be really freaking good or struggling bad. So I would rather get the struggles out now. Yeah, it'll be tough to watch now, because then we'll be like, are they going to get out of it? But Yankee players always get out of it, and I think we're moving in the right direction.
For sure.
Again, it's against the Orioles, but we need our bat. We need to start seeing the ball. You still got to hit the ball. These guys, they're facing Lyles. He's an accomplished major league pitcher. He's not great, but he's a pitcher. You got to be doing something right to be at this level.
For sure.
Yankees win game 1, 12-8. Should have been a little bit less, but
it probably should have been just imagine if Sevy gets out of the inning unscored, right? Who knows what it could have been? It probably could have gotten a lot uglier, but they could have messed around and gotten no hit shutout, But hey, it happens. You take the wins 12-8. That's all I care about is the win. I don't care how you get there, as long as you do it. Good stuff. Game 1.
Game 2, we got Monty versus Tyler Wells. Murph, Yankees were on at this point like a 4-game win streak, right? Yeah. 4 game. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go on DraftKings and, place a bet. Then I'm like, Monty's on the mound. We ain't scoring. What do? We win the game by 3 runs. They put up run support for Monty. What do you think about Monty's start?
Yeah, again, Monty has a pretty solid start. 1 home run, 1 little blemish, but other than that, gives us 5 2/3, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 4 Ks. Monty, not a high K guy like we will see in like a Severino, a Cole, and I guess a nasty Nestor who seems to be racking those things up. But he gives you a solid start. Again, number 3 guy has to be the pillar, has to be the guy you lean on for these starts. I would have liked to see him stretched out a little more, like going to the 7th, but that's not on him. I think he pitched a pretty phenomenal game, all things considered.
He threw. How many he throw?
I think he threw
71 pitches.
71 pitches. Yeah, why is he only throwing 71?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he said something after the game. Maybe I don't know, but maybe they saw a lane they liked with King, which I guess they did really like because he goes out there and does his thing again, 2 and a
Does
third,
his ting,
relief,
as Murph says, his ting.
his ting, you know? He finishes it off 2 and a third, 1 hit, 1 walk, 2 Ks. Still has not relinquished a run. Dude's on fire, man. You can't complain when you got a guy like King there holding it down for us in a big way.
And
Huge
we got like
resurgence.
weapons in the pen that can just go out there and get a save. We don't always need to throw Chapman out there. Clay Holmes coming and getting his second save of the season, his second of his career. But he's making it look easy.
Dude,
his
he's a
sinker's so
dog.
filthy.
He's a dog, man. He's like, he reminds me a lot of like a Conley now. Like just a guy who's going in there and just grinding out these outings. He's pitching with enormous confidence right now. Matt Blake has really fixed him up, gotten his demon sinker and got him to throw him more. Pirates, what are you doing? You find talent, you just can't develop them. I don't get it, man. Like every
Also a
Pirate
foundation
pitcher
supporter.
leaves-
Shout out Clay Holmes.
Shout out Clay Holmes. Every Pirate pitcher leaves Pittsburgh infinitely better.
Yeah.
No joke. Like Musgrove, he goes off and throws a no with the Padres.
And he's got like a 2 in a Padres uniform. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, why can't we should have got him? He was a very cheap, but we're not going to look on that.
We'll just get the next one. We'll get the next one.
We'll get the next one.
Yeah.
Gallo hits his second of the year.
They come in bunches, man. They come in bunches.
A little bopper. Still manages to K 3 times, but we'll take the run. We'll take
the run, man. I mean, it's just weird that he Ks so much. Like if you watch his at bats, for the most part, he's got a really good approach. Like he's pretty patient up there. He clearly knows where the zone is. I don't know if it's just his stride, his swing. There is a moment where he goes and swings where his eye level like drops like a foot.
It's on his leg.
Yeah, it's his leg rises and then he's just like everything
goes
just
up
drops.
and down. His eye, you have to keep it in steady plane because he's his zone. And like on his,
and that's when you get a lot of those swings and misses. Like if you see a lot of those swings and misses, he's timing it right. It's just his barrel's nowhere there, right?
He's swinging on top or below, or he's not barreling it. But when he finds the barrel, his head's still. So like I see what you mean when he's a big motion guy, but he's got to keep his head still. And he's probably just getting in his head. Everyone had their struggles to start the season. I don't mind the Ks, to be quite honest, as long as we'll take the runs. I'll take the runs. We'll trade them out. Everyone nowadays trades Ks for runs now.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's just how the sport's going, man. Like Ks are going to be a thing. Ks are going to be high. I mean, you're not seeing the days where players are staying under like 100 Ks. Like that's just not it. Like it used to be really bad if you're striking out a bunch back in the day. But baseball's evolved. Pitchers are getting way better. They're throwing harder. Ks are going to happen. Obviously, you still want to just keep them under 200 if you can. But they're just guys who like Judge and Stanton. Those guys are going to get 200 Ks, but they're also going to put up like 40 plus homers. So
they put 40 up plus homers and they're going to bat 270. I'll take 270, 40.
So you take those when you get it. You know, it's not the prettiest of stat line, but it works. I don't know why people want to complain. Like just because they struck out doesn't mean it was, necessarily a bad thing. Pitcher just beat them.
It's an out, in my opinion. Like you get hit a ground ball. Like Gallo swings, he was probably, he had the right approach. He was on it, but he just missed. Ground ball, you either got something wrong with your swing or you're popping up. You got something wrong with your swing or you just missed it that time. So there's negatives and positives from both. Sometimes I would rather Gallo strike out if there's a runner on because I don't want a ground ball.
Yeah, for sure.
Or just an infield fly or a fly out. Unless it's a guy in scoring position. Then we'll figure it out. But Stanton's heating up.
He is heating up, man.
Reheating.
Finally gets his home run, breaks 350 career, 7th fastest man to do it in the league. Congratulations, Big G. Well deserving. That man literally owns StatCast. He owns the home runs, really. I mean, I don't think anybody can hit one like he can. Like he can literally do it all. He can put one to the moon or he can hit one dead straight on a line and it gets over the fence. Like literally the same launch angle, same everything coming off the bat from home plate over the fence. Like that's just crazy to me. So he can do it all.
He's hitting like these. I think one of his singles this game was 118 miles an hour.
Yeah,
that's just ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Bullets. Exit velo.
It should be illegal for him to hit it that fast. Like he could literally kill someone. It's not safe. Man.
Not safe.
Imagine if he could use a metal bat. That'd be. Oh,
I want him to take batting practice one day with no fans and just publicize it. Like him with the metal bat it's
140 off the bat.
He's putting them like back wall in Yankee Stadium because he hit one last row in Target Field in the and then he hit one out of Dodger Stadium.
Yep.
So he has the pop.
He hit one I think out of Petco basically. And they're in that playoff run.
Yeah, I remember.
He played the Rays. He hit a moonshot. God bless.
That was a left center off of Glasgow.
Yep.
The dog.
Hit an absolute moonshot.
Another hit for Kiner. His batting average is up to 298. Dude, just keep rolling the same lineup out there. To be quite honest.
Just at least keep me in the top 5. You know, the top 5 is consistent.
Yeah,
just keep doing that. Give me that, and we're good.
And I'm honestly cool with Donaldson just DHing, man. Like interchange it with like switch the positions, but just keep the same lineup. You know, flip flop Stanton and Judge for DH or right field, or Donaldson DH, and you know what I mean. But like, and Torres to have his time to sit. And I
wish they would run out that tower lineup way more than not. Like that tower lineup, I think is our best option. Like, especially right now with Hicks being out, I think there's no excuse not to just run that same outfield every day.
Yeah,
just keep doing it. Just keep it going. Maybe give Stan like, dude. I just hate that they baby him so much because it's like
he's better when he plays the outfield.
Yeah, he's way better when he plays the outfield, and he's a grown man who's supposed to be made out of like steel. Like let that man play the field. I think he's way better out there. Like you said, he's comfortable. Just run that lineup more, and I think the lineup will really like be a lot smoother and a lot better.
Well, Yankees win 5-2. We head over to Game 3. Jameson Taillon versus probably their best pitcher, Zimmerman. He was doing pretty well. We will take runs when they come. Good game by Jameson Taillon. He just gave up a lot of hits, you know. So they had to pull him. 4 Ks, 7 hits, 2 earned. Not bad.
Not bad. Not great. You'd like to see him limit the hits a little bit more, get deeper into games. Like I think by this point, our pitchers should definitely be getting over the 5th inning into the 6th inning.
Yeah.
I don't like this nonsense of pulling them at the 5th or before the 5th, but I get it. Like you said, giving up a lot of hits, racking up the pitch count happens. It was just a decent performance from him. Nothing wow, but nothing bad. You take those. And then the pen comes in and does his job until we get to
the Jersey native, Ron Marinaccio.
Yeah, unfortunately, he has a rough day at the office.
And he gets sent down. I'm sorry, you'll be back. He's good. He just had a rough day at the office. Besides that, we had a clean bullpen. Lecky got the final out. Chad Green, clean inning, 2 Ks.
Yeah, you need to see him start putting up these performances, bouncing back. Huge from him. Loizaga, same thing. He gives a pretty good hold and a pretty good performance, 1 1/3. He gives us 3 strikeouts, 1 hit. Love to see it. You need those two to really start firing. And when those two get together and they actually like perform like we know they can, this bullpen's going to be pretty much unstoppable, like unhittable. Like,
you already look at the bullpen now as it is with the every now and then shaky performance. And if those two guys lock in like they're going to, because we know they will. They always start off like a little shaky. We know they're going to. It's going to be fun to watch, and hitters are going to have a hard time. I saw a stat on Baseball Savant today because I was just reading that at work casually.
Casually reading stats. Yep.
Yeah. Hopefully my boss doesn't hear this. But I saw that the Yankees bullpen there's a stat for leverage, like being thrown out there in leverage situations and winning these situations. The Yankees bullpen is in the highest leverage situations to start the season, and it's like beating like the second team by a ton. So we need to. I'm cool with running them out there, but we cannot burn them out this early.
Yeah, for sure. You can't. Luckily, we have the extended rosters, but that ends after this KC series, which, by the way, is a big reason why. How do you say his last name again?
Marinaccio.
Marinaccio. This is why Marinaccio got sent down. It wasn't because of his performance by any means, although that probably didn't help. But it was they wanted to get a fresh arm. They're probably going to bring up some other pitcher, young guy.
Probably Sears, maybe.
Yeah, probably Sears, and he's probably going to get a call up for that KC series, and they're going to ride him until the rosters shrink back down to 26. And then
who are we losing, you think?
So we're going to lose Sears, and we're most likely going to lose either Schmidt or I don't know who else has an option is the biggest issue.
Is Andujar? Is he still
Andujar will stay on the roster until Hicks gets back. And then Hicks will take his spot and he'll sent back down. Yeah. I don't know when Hicks is going to come back.
What is our roster at now? 20, was it 28?
It's 28 total is the cap. We're at 27 until they call up whoever they're going to call up, probably Spears. And then when they call him up, we'll be back at 28 for the KC series. And then after that,
2 guys.
We got to lose 2. So Spears, and I'd imagine it's going to be Schmidt because he's got options, and they probably want him to pitch every day.
That's pretty sad, in my opinion. He did do great, but we need him to pitch every day because you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, we never know. And the way King's playing, like I think he's the only other one with options. I'm not sure if Wandy's got any options. I think they really like Wandy right now, so I don't think they're going to move him.
I think they would move Gonzalez before, like
they could look to do that, but I don't know who's on our bench. Trevino, Gonzalez,
Tilo.
They could look to lose a bat. Maybe they just send down Andujar anyways.
Yeah.
And then I'm not sure how they'd work it out when Hicks gets back. Who knows? Yeah, that's an interesting situation because I'd imagine Hicks gets back before the whole shrinking of the rosters. So yeah, I don't know how they're going to do it, to be honest with you. It should be interesting. They kind of surprised me when it comes to these type of moves.
Yeah, I'm interested and I'm very intrigued. I think if anyone, it's going to be, like you said, Schmidt, and probably I really like Tilo. We kind of need the speed.
I don't see them getting rid of Tilo. I think Marwin before Tilo.
Yeah, because
but at the same time, they
don't need Marwin, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
They don't.
They were hoping to ride the hot hand, I think, in case Isaiah wasn't up to snuff, but he is performing really well now. And I don't know. I don't see them having spots for him, to be honest with you. I just don't see how you keep him on the roster.
Yeah. Especially when you have
Hicks and Tilo and Trevino. Like those are you only got 3 guys on the bench usually.
And we have Donaldson that can play. We have LeMahieu, Torres, kind of Falefa. That's 4 infielders. Plus you have Rizzo, who's going to play there every day. So you're kind of, unless Donaldson's going to go play first base every now and then. Yeah,
the only kind of issue, I guess, would be if they're really comfortable making Glaber the second shortstop. Because right now Marwin's technically our second shortstop over Glaber, I'd say. And it's just a question mark of whether they're willing to give Glaber a shot at shortstop again if anything happens to Izzy. My guess is no, and they shouldn't, because I think he's way better at second, and I think putting him at shortstop is just going to kill his confidence.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be interesting. These things usually sort themselves out. God forbid there is an injury, but normally that is the case. Someone hits the IL, something happens, an opportunity opens up for someone else. So we'll see. I'm kind of surprised, by the way, they didn't run out Andujar this last game.
I really was hoping that they ran out Andujar this last game.
Yeah.
Just for the fans, you know.
I would have thought, I understand not sitting Gallo, Just because he's gotten 2 home runs. They're trying to keep him going, keep his fire. Unfortunately, he goes 0 for 3, 3 Ks this game. So that's a rough look.
He did score a run though. He did walk and get a run. We'll take it. He didn't drive himself in. Tilo, he's a scrappy kind of man, kind of dude.
Yeah.
I'm pulling for him to stay on the team, especially if we get into extras. We need that runner.
Yeah, I think they love him. I think he's gonna take the Tyler Wade, Brett Gardner role. Like since they didn't bring either of those guys back, he's definitely gonna just take that role take that hold of that role now, and he's just gonna be our pinch runner. Occasional center field, left field, whenever we need. I think he's gonna be on the roster for probably the foreseeable future, unless something catastrophic happens. Knock on wood.
Yep. Yankee offense. We put up 10 runs this game. Judge, massive game, 2 for 5, homer, 5th of the year, 4 RBIs. Mayhew, 3 runs, 1 hit. Did he get hit by a pitch? I don't see him getting hit by a pitch. How does he have 3 runs then if he has 1 hit? Am I shot? Do I not know baseball?
I don't know how he's got 3 runs with no RBIs.
Oh, he may have reached base on an error. One of the errors.
Oh.
Yes. Duh. It's late.
Check. That makes so much sense, actually.
Do you see Judge looking dead into the camera after he hit the home run? He was like, Hal, my contract. And he was like, dude, we offered you the contract.
Dude, good. Dude, listen, I'd rather him outperform that contract. It's a contract year. I expect him to have the best. I would expect him to win MVP, if I'm being honest, on a contract year. Like, I know what he's capable of. I think we all know what he's capable of. When he's fully healthy, he's a monster. He's a top 5 player in the game. Mm-hmm. So if he wants to go out there and show up how, good. I'd rather him do that this way than going out in the media and talk bad about us.
Yeah, go prove us wrong.
Go prove us wrong on the field, which is what he's doing.
And then I honestly guarantee you he'll get his deal. Like he's
gonna get his deal. Like if he performs, like I think like most Yankee fans think he's gonna perform. He's gonna be in discussion for MVP. If not, he's gonna win it. And if that happens, he's gonna get paid. They're gonna back up the Brinks trucks to his establishment, and they're gonna be like, "Sir, where do you want your bars of gold?"
Especially 2 days after his 30th birthday, they're gonna make it rain on his house. Yeah.
Where would you like your bars of gold? Where would you like your statue? And here's the captain's patch, probably. That's probably one of the things that's going to get included in this deal.
Yankees win 10-5. Cool little player on the Orioles I've been watching. Besides, Cedric Mullins. Austin Hayes is low-key tearing it up.
Yeah.
Only batting .279, but he went 4 for 5 this game. He slapped around the Yankees the other 2 games. He's a silent. No one talks about him. They don't only talk about Cedric Mullins, Santander, and I'd say Mancini a little bit. And Mountcastle's been absolutely silent this season.
So, you are 100% correct. Hayes has been lighting it up. He's been one of those silent killers, like you said. Mancini normally gets, and Mullins normally get the big spotlights because, Mancini's on. He's a monster. Mullins, batting title guy. He's been having a dead season as of late, though. And like you said, Mountcastle's dead season. So these guys, they're a weird team, they've got some young, scrappy guys. They just can't put it together as of right now. But Yankees take care of business. They right the wrong, which I needed them to do. They've won 6 in a row. Huge stuff. And now we go on the road to KC, and we can take care of business right there.
We have game 1, Cortez versus Bupich, who is keep smiling supporter. But I hope you better be ready for the Yankees. Game 2, Cole versus, I think it's Carlos Hernandez. It is Carlos Hernandez. Looking for a big game out of Cole, and then we enter Sunday's game, Severino.
Yep.
And then we have Blue Jays on Monday. So
we're at Toronto, right?
at Toronto. So we
It's
need
gonna be
it.
a
We need
scary
a
series.
sweep or 2 games. No,
Yeah.
no, we cannot lose the series.
No.
We're going into enemy territory. We need a. I would say let's win the first 2 games of the series, and then if you want to punt, go ahead and punt. But I wouldn't punt on Severino's start.
I could see him doing it realistically. I could see them. They're definitely going to go for the first 2, especially with the ace on the bump. They're going to go for his game. And
Which
I can
ace?
definitely see them.
Game 1 or game 2?
The paydays, the real paydays, you know? So Cole is going to get every support he can get, especially since they really need him to have a good follow-up outing and kind of, really shut up the haters for good.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're really confident with the way Nestor's been pitching. So if he can go in and do his thing in KC, huge stuff. And I could see them kind of punting on Sevy because I think they're going to want to line up that bullpen for the Toronto series. I think that's a really important series in their minds, and I think in the minds of our Yankee fans. If we can somehow win that series on the road, huge stuff. I mean, the ideal is that they sweep KC and they ride that momentum, the 9-win streak into Toronto. And I think they're going to be feeling really confident, really good, especially since they played Toronto really well the first series. And honestly, their offense wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't awful. So
we're going to also run into Manoah again in Toronto because he started tonight. So like Severino Taillon pitched today. So there he's going to run in. I think it may be Taillon versus Manoah in like game 2 or 3. Game.
That would have to be game 4. Is it a game 4 series?
It is. We have game 1 Monty, game 2 Taillon, game 3 would be. So I'm either Tuesday's game maybe Taillon versus Manoah. I'm only up to be quite honest. I'm only worried about Manoah. I'm not worried about facing Gausman.
Yeah. For some reason, I was thinking KC still. I don't know why. Yeah. It's gonna be Manoah versus Taillon, like you said. We're gonna face him. That's gonna be
bad that I'm not afraid of Gausman. To be quite honest,
I'm not afraid of Gausman
because we like what we did to him in prior years. Again, he's a different pitcher now, but
I still like. Don't get me wrong. I think Gausman's a very good pitcher. I don't think he's anything like last year. I don't think he's going to put up those type of numbers. I'm not very scared of him. Him and Berrios are like 2 guys I'm just definitely not. I'm not really scared of anybody in this Toronto rotation other than I think Manoah because he just carved us up so hard.
Yeah.
I think, don't get me wrong. Again, these are very talented starters they have. I just think the Yankees tend to hit them really hard, especially Berrios. Like
we beat him up in the playoffs many a time. We beat him up
in the playoffs, and I think the game we faced him, we were hitting him hard. It was just going straight at guys. So I'm not scared of him. I'm not really scared of Gausman. We'll see. I mean, Yankees have an opportunity to do something special. If they can sweep KC, I very much think we're going to win that Toronto series.
Yeah.
It's just a question of.
We have to win that last game in KC. We have to win game 3 in KC.
Yeah. I think if they can win the getaway day, going to Toronto, riding that high, I think we're in a good place.
A big start for Severino to show, show get the Toronto players ready. This is what you're running into. You're not running into Severino, but you're running into this hot streak.
Yeah.
So we got to go out there, and I know KC's not having the best go at things right now, but we still got to, go out there and compete and extend this winning streak. Because I'll take a 12-game win streak.
Oh, dude, yeah, just some slight.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
April, worst month of Yankees baseball ever. Normally we suck during this month. We're awful, god awful. But yeah, I'll take a little bit of a 12-game win streak. Yeah, sure. Dude.
Well, Murph, real quick before we end this, MVP of the series.
It's gotta be Rizzo. I mean,
it's gotta be Rizzo. The PAISANO.
3 home run. The PAISANO. I mean, dude did his thing. Did
you see him and Gallo's handshake? They were like, oh, hey.
I mean, dude, they're embracing it. The Yankee Stadium playing the Italian music, letting everyone know our Italian paisanos are Italian stallions doing their thing. They're taking care of business, showing up big in New York. Well, at least one of them is. One of them is starting to. I really want him to succeed, Gallo. If he can cut out the strikeouts just a bit, maybe limit him to 2 a game.
Do a
I'll
game.
live with
That's
it.
all you get.
I'd live with that. Give me a hit, not even a home run, just a hit, and maybe 2 strikeouts, a walk. We'll take that performance on a consistent base. I
Yep.
will live with that. We can work with that. I can't work with 0 for 4 punchies. I can't do anything with that.
Yeah, it's because you're not even sniffing the ball.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Well, Murph, big series coming up for the Yankees. We'll be recapping that on probably Sunday night or Monday night. And thank you all for joining me. Thank you, Murph, for hopping on. I know it's late, but late the better. You know the deal.
Yeah, dude.
Thank you all for watching. How it going?